The most polarizing fifth-round pick in the history of the National Football League, Shedeur Sanders, continues to stay in the news when it comes to, is he eventually going to fill in for one Joe Flacco over there in Cleveland and take the starting job? But more so than that, the conversation has been around lately Shedeur Sanders refusing to go to the Baltimore Ravens to back up Lamar Jackson, refusing to go to the Philadelphia Eagles to back up Jalen Hurts, and rolling the dice, taking matters into his own hands with the terrible Cleveland Browns organization. Shedeur Sanders is in Cleveland. He thinks he has a better chance there. I disagree, but that is what he thinks. Deion Sanders spoke about this briefly on New Heights.
Have you been keeping up with Shedeur in Cleveland? What's the best piece of advice you've given him as a dad and as a coach?
Be patient and be ready. You got to be ready when it's time. But when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up.
There we go.
You know, I got a prediction. I ain't telling nobody. I got a feeling when it's going to go down. But it's going to go down this year.
It's going to happen. All right.
Yeah, he going to get a shot.
And that's all you can ask for as a player. All you can ask for is the opportunity, right?
Tell me this, because this was all over the media, because I know y'all keep it a buck. That's why I love y'all to life.
Yes.
They made a big deal out of Philly called us on draft day.
Okay.
They didn't mention that. I just let a cat out of the bag.
I didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
Who was it? Baltimore.
And
the Browns. And the Browns. They forget, I know, I played for Baltimore, so me and Ozzy are cool. So we understood that whole conversation, and he wanted to talk to Shedeur as well as he wanted to talk to me. And I put Shedeur on the phone, and Shedeur, I don't want to say how it went, but how in the world can somebody fault him for saying or thinking, why in the world would I go back up Lamar for 10 more years?
For sure.
I've never sat on the bench and said, well, I learned a lot today.
That is a great quote. Goddamn, that is a good quote.
Oh, I didn't realize that it was that funny. Well, the thing is, Deion, you wouldn't back up Lamar Jackson for 10 years. You wouldn't be backing up Jalen Hurts for 10 years. You'd eventually get your opportunity, whether late in the regular season when the division is completely out of reach because those teams are a couple of the best teams in the league. You would get your opportunity in preseason to show other teams what you have. And then more likely than not, down 2 years, 3 years potentially, a team would make a move for you, i.e. the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, he can't seem to stay healthy. Can the Bengals make a move for a quarterback in the next few years? The New York Giants, they're putting Jackson Dart as a starting quarterback. Will they make a move for Shedeur? Bo Nix. Miami Dolphins. Many organizations need quarterbacks in this league, but it doesn't stop there. Colin Cowherd got news of this, and Colin Cowherd spoke about Deion Sanders and this whole entire Shedeur Sanders situation. Let's take a listen to what Colin had to say.
So sometimes it takes a while for the truth to come out, for the whole story to be developed. We officially have it on why Shedeur Sanders dropped like a rock in the draft and ended up going in the 5th round with the Cleveland Browns, where he's now splitting scout team duties with Bailey Zappi. Deion Sanders admitted the Eagles and the Ravens called his son before the draft, but he didn't want to be a long-term backup. Deion is quoted as saying, hey, I never sat on the bench and learned a lot. I mean, who learns sitting on the bench? Oh, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Phillip Rivers behind Breeze. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes behind Alex Smith, Jalen Hurts. Oh, I just winged about 8 guys. Most are really, really good. But with Deion, it's I never. This isn't about you, primetime. Your son doesn't have primetime talent. He's an after-school special. You were a primetime talent. Okay, it's a totally different ballgame. You're projecting your talent onto your son. You suppressed a man. Think about this. So 2 great organizations said, would you like to come into our house and learn from us? Nah. And then Deion pre-draft went on and crapped on like the 4 or 5 bad teams that were interested. I mean, if your son or daughter is going to the market and you're a famous mom or dad and you say, listen, we're not going to work for any startups. And unless he's a vice president or she's a vice president, we're not working for Apple and Microsoft or Google either. Yeah, not great parenting. And this story has been undercovered because DEION's very popular in the media. But this is insane.
It's a good point. The prime sexuals, as they are called, they're heavily in the media, deeply entrenched in the media.
Learned something sitting on a bench. The best quarterback ever, Brady, sitting behind Drew Bledsoe, a total pro. Mahomes has acknowledged Alex Smith was instrumental to his growth. I mean, Lamar Jackson sat for 10 weeks behind Joe Flacco, learned the offense. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts. I mean, that's what Green Bay does. We draft you, you sit and learn.
Gino,
who learns
Jimmy.
from the bench. I got nothing against Shedeur. I've always said this is more of a DEION issue because son worships dad, son follows dad's advice. But the idea, who learns anything on the bench? Here's a memo. I was just reading a story this morning, I think it was in the New York Times, about how college-educated kids are struggling to find jobs out of college. Let me give you a tiny bit of advice. If a great company calls and says, listen, we're going to give you kind of a semi-internship, take it. There's not many great anything out there. There are very few great companies. Ravens, Eagles are great companies. If they call and they say, you know, it's not a starter, but you can sit here and figure it, you take it. I mean, it's one thing not to want to work with a startup and move cross-country. You can probably sometimes, yeah, there's a million of those, most don't work. But this story now, the truth is coming out. I mean, the Ravens Eagles said, we're interested. They're pretty good at player evaluation. And now you're splitting scout team reps with Bailey Zappi. I mean, it's this whole thing. Who learns anything on the bench? I mean, I can give you like 19 Hall of Famers.
Good point. Good point from Colin Cowherd. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Is Shedeur Sanders going to get his opportunity at some point this year? Let me know what you think about that. Should he have gone to Baltimore? Should he have gone to Philadelphia? I believe so, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. We'll see you next time, and as always, take it easy.